Hello. Hello, everybody. Just put a little thing there. I'm just setting up things here. My artificial candles going, lovely, nice light. I think this one on the end really needs a new battery, I think. Yeah. Oh, I've got two of them going. This one seems to need a new battery. Like a real candle. Hello, Zelda. How are you? I hope all is going well and that your aunt is still fighting the good fight. I do remember her in my thoughts. Hi, Sharon. Thank you. Welcome. I don't think I'm fine, Zelda. Thank you. Yeah, took a couple of days off. I just, just sometimes live sessions can be a bit draining. I love them. Hi, Cappy's mum. I made you a moderator in going back through the YouTube, so hopefully you'll be able to see that. You and Larry's girl and Texarkana said she'd do that too. So thank you very much for putting your hands up for that. Yeah. Oh, you see that? That's great. Yeah. Been keeping an eye on the stories over the long weekend and stuff, and of course I watched Jen Lynn and Johnny and Becca the other day. And, just turn the other screen on and bring up another window. So how was everyone's hello Sean, welcome. Nice to see you. Just moving couldn't see you for a minute because the other window came up. I have two screens on my computer, so it's yeah, it's handy in some instances. I've been, keeping an eye on news and stuff, and got the news headlines. Trump to declare curbs on who? They care. Right. Yes, everyone, please thumbs up, and thank you for reminding me because I'll be watching along on other people's, and I'll say thumbs up, and oh God, I've got to put thumbs up, So, yeah, Debbie Ann, welcome. Yeah. Will the antiviral drug developed for Ebola prove effective for C19? Not sure. Is Ebola a bacterial infection? I know that they've been looking at all sorts of different drugs and all that. Here in Australia, one of the things they're looking at is an anti-parasitic drug as well. Can have a look. But again, with a lot of these things, Let me know if you need me to speak up too, okay? So, yeah. It's a virus as well, okay. But there's several forms. I mean, there's the coronaviruses, which COVID-19 is one. There's arboviruses, which are covered from mammalian host mates, mostly via mosquitoes to people. Depends. I know the malaria drug that they keep down, well, that's malaria is an arbovirus, different family, covered by mosquito. I don't really know a lot about medication, but I just seem to think that they've got to think a little bit outside the box. But we'll have a look. Page of Pentacles. They have to be really, really careful here. So this is news that could generate excitement about security, I suppose. Security against the pentacles or coins. They're not always about money. It can be about security. It can be about material possessions. It can be about our ties to the earth. Knight of Wands. Offers of action. Ace of Wands. This is generally a yes card. I would say that it got, like a lot of these things, some promise, but they're just not getting to the right part of what makes these vaccines work for other things, for other illnesses. What they know, I think there's something in these vaccines, one or two elements that could be used, but then they're not getting it. King of Wands, the Fool, new journey. Yeah, this is Trump. You know, he's got investments, entertainment purposes on YouTube. He's got investments in, you know, companies that make these type of vaccines. So, but they're on the edge of a breakthrough. This is a leap of faith, a breakthrough. Yeah, the drugs. Yeah. I don't know that drugs are going to, drugs for treating it. I don't know that drugs are going to, any drug is really going to be able to pin this down. Some may help some people, but not others. But they're on the edge of a breakthrough somewhere with treating this or finding a vaccine so that people, or not a vaccine, so like a yearly shot, so that people don't see this again. They don't want to see this happening again next year, so they're really working hard towards it. And this is like they've got to take a leap of faith somewhere. The thing is, they're focusing so much on what's there and what other people are touting for their own purposes. There's something there. You know, the Four of Cups, traditionally, it's got the person there. They're just going along apathetically, looking at what's the cups that are in front of them, and they're just ignoring the cup that's being held out. There's something there. It's been around for a long time, but they're just not seeing it or choosing not to focus on it for some reason. Maybe it's apathy, maybe it's just tiredness, or maybe it's because they think that it's not going to work. I don't know, but they're definitely, I don't know, like all the other things, the Ebola drug, there's some aspects of it that could help, but then there's others that aren't. Well, I don't know about an essential oil, Cappy's mum, but I do know there's something that's being looked over. Is it an essential oil? Let's have a look. I'll shuffle again. No, it's not an essential oil. Tower. Wow. So there's a tower, a big change. Now it's interesting that that's underneath the action of the Knight of Wands, taking a leap of faith, and then the tower. Now this doesn't necessarily mean a bad change. It means a sudden and intense change in the way that things happen for some reason. Justice. I get justice on top of news about money, which is investments, Trump, and all this is tied in together. And justice. Wow. And then we've got the ace. Yes, there is something out there that there's someone, creativity, ideas, not necessarily new ideas, possibly old. Not looking at, because they're so tired and focused and apathetic, like we'll never get this, and they're just not looking at the right thing. 10 of Pentacles. And once they do that, it'll be a wonderful legacy. But there's also going across something about this is going to be traced back to Trump too, about this search. Today, the Supreme Court met to discuss Trump's taxes. Will they rule to have them released? Oh, I can do a quick read on that one. Yeah. So yeah, it's there. The solution is there. A drug to treat it. Also, maybe a way in which we can get a shot. I don't think, because it's a virus, I don't think you'll ever be able to get a vaccine for it, but I think they can certainly come up with yearly shots that I haven't really kept track of these ones. I know more about arboviruses, and I'm not anywhere near an expert on them. I know more about their distribution and incidents associated with certain environmental factors. So for me, this is a different area, spatial epidemiology, which something natural. It could be something natural. I'd be looking back towards all the old wives' table, or even traditional medicines in herbs or something, I guess. It certainly wouldn't hurt. Okay, let's have a look. Trump's taxes. Will the Supreme Court rule that Trump's taxes have to be released? That's today, hey? Not a public holiday in the US. It was a public holiday yesterday here. I mean, it's Tuesday morning here now, so Monday night your time. Let's see. Will they rule to have them released? Will the Supreme Court rule I'll have a read on Trump and Fauci too. Sorry about my nose, just got a little bit itchy. Let's see. Will the Supreme Court rule to release Trump's taxes? I hope everyone was able to, at least it's virtually, spend time with people. Yes, yeah. Yes, I saw something about that. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Queens. That's a no, but that's on the bottom. Page of Wands is a yes. Strength is a yes. And Queen of Swords is a maybe. Yeah, I think they are going to rule it. There are some who don't want to. They need 5 no's, don't they? Because there's 9, so they need a majority of 5. I don't think they're going to get that. I think it's going to be close. I think there's a couple of the right, on the right, that were a little bit, but they've got to come down on the rule of law. I don't think it's Roberts. I think it's somebody else. No. But they'll come down on the side of the law. They have to be seen. Bring them forth. They hear some news about something, about somebody's actions that really makes it, in the end it comes down quite, and it's quite strong. So possibly there could be more than just the 5. So yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think they will release his taxes. Yeah. Hi, Texarkana Kirk. I made you a moderator. Thank you very much for your comment, offering to do it. I do appreciate it. I've been very lucky with trolls. I've only had a couple of trolls. Sorry, I've just got a bit of a call out. I have a phone box here, which my husband bought out, and the cat bed is on it. It's got a little, one of those little kids fold-out sofas that Cameo likes to sleep on occasionally, but it's full of other stuff. It was about to topple. So Cameo again is, yeah. Now remember, if you use a tissue or something, use it once and put it to the side. There's my Care Bear coming out. Yes, so if you do see anyone trolls or anything, please feel free to, you know, have a game of whack-a-mole with them. Yeah. James Lee, hello, thank you for joining us. Have I missed anyone else who's joined us recently? Yeah. Yeah, I think they are going to come out on the side of he's got to show them, but it's not going to be an easy. Oh, again, itchy eye. It's not going to be easy for some of them. Look, that hesitation could even be on the side of a Democratic judge or a left judge, but yeah. Hello, Renee Dugan. Thank you for joining the talk today, the coverage. Yeah. I was saying that I hope everyone was able to talk to their loved ones over the Easter weekend and enjoy a celebration with them in one way or another, whether it was fortunate enough to be in person or even just talking to them on the phone or whatever. Smash the like button. Thank you. I love doing this. It's lovely to see my subscriptions go up and everything as well. But I do this because I absolutely love it. And yeah, and this form of I still love doing the. I still want to do a longer pre-recorded video. I love doing them too. But yeah, this you know, real-time interaction with you guys is wonderful as well. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else got a question? I've got a list of things I want to look at. I was watching. You want to check her out, Celtic Witch Tarot. She's quite good. She's subscribed, and yeah, please check her out. She's very good, and she does the Kipper cards as well, and which is good. I learn a lot from other people who do those systems as well. Oh, thank you very much, Debbie Ann, for that lovely compliment. You know, I do try to bring some lightness as well, but you know, sometimes some of the things we read on, there's not much light about them, and you have to be honest with what you see there. You know, if I can find something that's, yeah, this is pretty bad, but there's some sort of brightness on the way, yes, but if it's bad, it's bad. I won't. At the end of his life, will the orange buffoon have any regrets? Yeah, I won't dress up those things that are bad to try and make them look better, because that doesn't help anyone, does it? You know, if it's bad, it's bad. If there's a glimmer of hope and it shows, I'll say that. But yeah. Will the orange buffoon have home to relatives that are currently being? That's quite a possibility too. Fortunately for those masquerades, every one of those boxes, they have details, who the person was, where they died, when they died, next of kin if possible, if they couldn't get hold of that person. So they have records for every one of them, and so that that's one of the reasons they're not burying them too deep too, is I'm sure that as things settle down, people can claim their loved ones. Yes, it might sound like grim having to go in and dig up these boxes for people, but they know they'll be able to do it. Let's see. Will Trump have any regrets at the end of his lifetime? This was bad shuffling. The one that just came out wasn't. This is Four of Wands, which is a yes. Four of Fire, Four of Wands, which is a yes. But I'll tell you what flew out in a little bit. I'm going to Page of Coins, Page of Pentacles. That's a yes. Ten of Coins, Ten of Pentacles. That's a yes. Seven of Cups. That's a maybe. Oh, yeah, he's going to have regrets. But it's not about any of his actions. 1, this is the card that flew out, the Hermit. He's going to end up very, very alone. I don't think his children are going to be jumping up and down and doing their best to help Daddy out of a difficult situation. No, I can't see that happening. So, he's going to end up regretting. He's all by himself. Poor woe's me. He already wishes that he didn't make that bid to the White House. This is the White House. He regrets the White House because it too much exposure. You know, you can't get away with that much corruption and graft in private when you're in such a prominent position in a country that does not have a fascist or communist regime heading it. It's a democratic country, a very large democratic country. So that's why he regrets ever doing it. It's because he realised it was too public a platform to try and get away with all that stuff. He regrets that he couldn't keep gaslighting people, that they stopped buying into the illusion that he wanted them to see. He regrets that people are talking about the stuff that he used to do to get where he got to. People have been yapping and telling on him for years, and people have been listening. They just haven't been able to do much about it while he's been in office. But he really, really regrets that there are people out there who don't give a rat's. He regrets Michael Cohen. He cannot believe that he's not going to leave a legacy of the best president ever. He still believes he is the best president ever. He's never going to stop believing that. And he thinks when he leaves office, he's going to leave with having given America a great legacy. This is the card of legacy. Oh, yeah, it's a legacy, all right, and it's not a good one. Okay, but he cannot see that. He is a malignant narcissist. He's in his head. He is the only person of importance that exists anywhere in this world. And he regrets. The only reason he regrets these things is that it didn't play out for him the way he wanted it to, financially and in terms of power. So, yeah, he's got to have regrets at the end. Cappy's mum or Texarkana. But they're not going to be about what he did to people. It's all about how the world didn't work out for him, how he was a victim. So, yeah, sociopaths are like that. That's true. So a malignant narcissist. Remember that term malignant in front of that word narcissist. There are narcissists out there, but they're not like that. And, yeah, just because you're a narcissist doesn't mean you're necessarily a bad person. It just means that you can have a bit of trouble seeing things from how you know, from stepping away from that, how things affect me. Malignant narcissist, no. Look for the word malignant. Yes, yes. Linda G was saying something about the unaired apprentice tapes. I don't know what all that was about, but you know, I'm just going to zoom back through the comments here because things come in. Yeah, it is so hard to understand how he can be the way he is. People have even stopped laughing at him now. They're not laughing at Texarkana. They're not laughing at him anymore because of the damage he's done. Even the most inept of people can do a huge amount of damage if nobody checks their actions. And they're not laughing anymore. They're angry. A lot of countries are very angry, especially not just with Trump, but with the Republican Party and the Senate. They're angry because they did not do their job. And look at what has happened. Yes, Trump didn't cause COVID-19 or anything, and his actions didn't cause them not to be able to handle their outbreaks anymore better than they have. That's got nothing, how they handle their outbreaks has nothing to do with Trump. But he's tried to dismantle things. He's even talking about cutting back US funds to the UN and this and that. He's withdrawn from agreements all over the world, and they stopped laughing a long time ago. Yes, they had that little thing the other day, the other few months back in England, was it? Where Trudeau and some others were having a little bit of a gossip about him. Look, the only decent member of the Trump family in the last couple of generations was Trump's brother, Fred. He wasn't like that. He couldn't deal with that. And yeah, unfortunately, he paid a price because in order to deal with what he was family, it was like he turned to alcohol. And yeah. Yes, it's what the Trumps teach their children. You know what? I think their children, I think that the grandchildren, I think they're going to be fine because I think they're going to end up with family members on the not Trump side. Yes, Tom Arnold's been speaking out against Trump for ages. James Lee, why are you angry and ashamed? Why are you ashamed? The world is not pissed off with Americans as just individual people. They're not even pissed off with the people who voted him in or allowed, because they might have been a bit skeptical, but who knows? He could have turned out being a very good president, but he didn't. The writing was on the wall, but the world isn't upset at the everyday Americans who voted him in, even his never say die base. The world is upset those people in power who let him continue to get away with this, who didn't impeach him, who didn't, in other words, the higher echelons of the Republican Party. And yeah, it's going to be really, really hard it's going to take a long time for the Republicans to rebuild a reputation where I think it's going to take several electoral cycles before a Republican can be in office again. I think that the world's not going to trust them. Hi, Lucian. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Nancy. Yeah. Yeah, he does hate. Yes, I found it quite amusing. I also found it quite reassuring is that they know what he's like and they've tried to minimise having to deal with him. No, he's never been held accountable for anything because he's a thug and a bully. And a lot of people buy into the mentality that these people put out because they're scared. What's he going to do if we cut things off? They're scared of his temper in the White House. Trump did call Biden. Yeah. I'm not going to read on that because, and I'm not going to read on the Apprentice tapes thing because I was watching Linda G not so long ago, so I'll steer clear of that. Let's see. Now, Joanne Franks commented a couple of times. I've seen her make the same comment to try and get it looked at. Is Ivanka has a trademark and a patent on voting machines. I'm just wondering what is going to happen with that. Ivanka, tone it down. I'm going to use the tone it down deck for her. If she's got a patent on the voting machine or voting machine software and a trademark on stuff, what's this going to mean? Is it going to do her and her daddy any good? Is her holding the patent and trademark on these machines going to do her and her daddy any good? Oh, we can supply machines and all that. I'm sure there's several different companies. But, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to do a reading on another thing that I'm coming up that just entered my mind in a few minutes. Just a flash. Bad shuffling. If they want to come out, they will. But first, is having the patent going to do her and daddy any good? Oh, yeah, it was definitely her and daddy's idea. That's the lover's card. Nine of Pentacles. They think they're sitting pretty. They really do think they're sitting pretty. This is sharing, but this is sharing in a different way. This is taking a share of something that doesn't belong to you. And Ace of Cups. Two of Cups on top of the Lovers. It's definitely not just a partnership with daddy, but a partnership with somebody else. It hasn't come up. The Ace of Wands on top of the Nine of Pentacles. New action on top of the Nine of Pentacles. New action on sitting pretty. The Six of Pentacles, the stealing of vote shares. They're going to come down hard and strong on that. Ace of Cups. Emotions flowing over. New start. A lot of these seem like positive cards, but I don't think it is spelling anything positive. One more layer. Four of Cups. No. People aren't going to look at those machines that she owns. These are the ones that have been, you know, they're not even going to look at voting machines at the moment. Mail out ballots. That's going to come up. The Ten of Cups. Republicans. New actions are going to affect the Republicans. The Magician. King of Pentacles. They're going to try and pull off a number on people. But there's an overwhelming flow of emotion with the Ace of Cups. The Fool signifies a new journey for the King of Pentacles. Look, I don't think it's going to do them any good. And I'll tell you why. Something flashed through my mind. And I'm going to ask a question on it. The statement flashed through my mind is this virus has signified the end of voting machines. I think there's going to be massive mail outs of mail voting, and I think it's going to lead to a review of voting systems, a national review of voting systems. I'm not saying that voting machines will be completely eradicated, but they've been proven to be too vulnerable. So, people think, oh, it's efficient, you go up to the machine, blah, blah, blah. But mail-in voting, there's going to be some real changes. And I think the thing is with voting machines is I saw the thing after the 2018 election, and that, you know, people's vote, they went in and they did the machine, and then it got printed up, and then it all had to go through the sorting process anyway. Paper ballots. Has COVID-19 plus the furor over doubts about voting machines, does that mean the end of voting machines? Has the era of voting machines come to an end? Not saying they're going to disappear overnight, but wouldn't surprise me if by 2024 they're not used anymore. So I will look at the Electoral College, James. Page of Wands. Actions. News about actions. Four of Swords. Rest. retreat. Page of Cups, more news. People are getting fed up with them. Just a surge of emotion about voting machines. People are getting fed up with going in and putting on their machine, and then they get their printout and it's not saying what they wanted it to say. 7 of Cups, illusion. Yeah. They're lying. The voting machines are telling lies because of their vulnerability to being hacked and stuff. 10 of Wands. They've realised that using these machines leads to the American people having to carry a burden that's just too great for them. I think the next government is going to establish just a group of people working together. And it's going on top of the 4 of Swords with the drawback from the voting machines. Yep. People are sick of hearing about the voting machines, you know, being hacked, being vulnerable, being at the what's the term? At the mercy of bad people who want to manipulate them. 8 of Cups, yep. People don't want the voting machines anymore. There's going to be a move away from them. A strong movement. I think that this virus and the last 2 elections, and it's wait to see what happens in Wisconsin. I think that hopefully it's not going to lead to a spike or those people having to be forced out to go and vote on voting machines. But I think it could spell the end of using voting machines to vote. I don't think that punch card system works any better, but you know. Yeah, so who asked, what was the question? Thank you, Larry girl. I wasn't sure if I remembered you said you would or not, but I thought you did, yeah. Paper ballots are great. Mail-in is. Will the Electoral College be finished? When will it be finished? The Electoral College is a huge layover from. It had its place when it was established, and it's had its place for quite a long time. But that it's not really had a place in modern American in modern American electoral system for quite a long time. Better part of a century, I think. When will it be dismantled? Let's see, the Electoral College. When will that be dismantled? When will the Electoral College be dismantled? The question flashed through my mind is, will it? Oh, yeah. Will it? Not yet. but this is a 10, the end of the cycle. It is coming up, but not quite yet. Okay. There are various bits of legislation, rules, things that have to be sorted through. It's not going to be easy to sort it out. There's a lot of things that are tying up getting rid of it, and there's things that have to be worked through first. So at the moment, they're bound by certain things that have to be worked through in order to get rid of it. So that's why it is going to come into an end, but not quite yet. Again, this is another no card, but they're working through those things. Six of Swords, they will work through what's tying it all up, getting rid of it. And the karma waters, they will get through and they will move on. You will be able to move on from the electoral college. But as for when, this is the Magician. They do have everything there that they need to do it, but it's going to take time, okay? Magician is a major arcana. That means it's going to be later, sooner than earlier, but it will happen. Once they sort out how to do it, it'll just be like, you know, a slip knot. It seems very firm, but you just pull this and, oh, suddenly it's gone, okay? Yes, that's Whitby. Whitby, be quiet, sweetie. That's Whitby. Yeah, so it'll be there one day, gone the next, because they'll have sorted out what they need, but it's not going to be anytime soon. It's a 7, and it's 7 years. 7 years of still having to, you know, having to work with a system that is not what it seems. It's very balanced. It's very tilted to one way, or it tilts to one way or another. It's not a fair democratic system. It may have been when it was introduced, but it's not now. So I think maybe it will take up to 7 years to get rid of it, but we'll wait and see. It could be earlier, but yeah, it's possibly still going to be there 2024. But I'll ask you yes, no. Will the Electoral College be gone by 2028? Let's ask that. Doggy wants into the reading. Well, he's not going to. He get very excitable. Well, from what I've seen with the moderators, with Larry Girl and Cappy's mum and Texarkana, it's like you guys jump on trolls so quick. If they see your name there, they just don't bother. Which, honestly, it's so thankful that you guys offered to do that. So, will the Electoral College still be in place by 2028? It's a bit ambiguous. I think Congress is going to be working with others, with the states, I think, that have those colleges, working through a lot of different agendas to make sure that votes matter. So this is saying 7 years. And so could be by 2028 it'll be gone, but we'll see. It's not going to happen by 2024, I don't think. If it does, if I'm wrong and it does, fantastic. But where is Bloomberg? Where is Bloomberg? Let's have a look. Now, I have to be mindful of the time. Because I'm using the free service, so I've only got a couple of hours left before I flip over, but my time flips over on the 15th in a couple of days, so tomorrow, actually. Biden, I didn't see a Biden first. Where is Bloomberg? Let's have a look. Where is Bloomberg? We'll use this deck still. Oh, Whippy's always got his own opinion on things, definitely. Especially, why don't you guys come sit out the back more? What do you mean I can't hump Mum's leg? Because my husband refused to get him done. And the which is if I flash my big brown eyes at you, will you let me climb up on your lap in the swingy chair? And the answer is usually no. So yeah. Where is Bloomberg? The phrase is behind the scenes flashed through my mind. He's sharing some knowledge and wealth with others to get Biden into the White House. Yes, he does have some of his own agendas he'd like Biden to look at. But he's also behind the scenes. This is also a card to me that says they're behind the scenes working on different agendas as well. Some of them are here, some of them are not. So he's not just pushing his own, he's pushing other people's, so that America can have a new start. So he's basically working behind the scenes to get things done. No, it's not Whippy, it's Whitby. It's Whitby. After a town in Northern England that's featured on one of our favourite shows, which is Heartbeat. The big major town in that show, which is set in the 60s and early 70s, was Whitby. And yeah, we both liked the show. And there. Lucienne, calm down with the violent impulses. You can never say never, but it's so minuscule that he will get back in. Yes, Bloomberg is working on a blue wave. He's got vast amounts of resources, and he pledged, Whitby, that's it, Larry Girl, and he pledged to put money towards whoever won the nomination to help them win. So no, you're not a hoax, darling. You're a pain in the ass. You're the pain in the ass to him, and continue to be so. Okay. So we've done the voting machines. Not many communities went to church, I understand. Does somebody know about that? There wasn't that many that much defiance to the repugs use black magic to win. No, I don't think they use black magic to win, because they don't want to leave anything to chance, and even just the idea that that sort of thing can apparently come back and bite you on the butt, and they don't want that happening. They're always they care about their behinds too much to chance anything coming back and biting them on the butt, but they just don't get it right anyway. I mean, yeah, maybe they did. Maybe that's why they're getting bitten on the butt now. But yeah, I won't really read on that one. As long as the good girl wins, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with a good debate. Texarkana, as long as the good little girl on your shoulder wins the debate in the end, that's the main thing. If you want the naughty girl on the other shoulder to win, maybe debate about whether or not you really need to have that extra piece of caramel tart. Because I'll tell you what, my naughty girl won last night. Do you really need to eat caramel tart? Yes, it's in the house. I need to eat it. Yes, the best thing to wish for Trump is justice. And that way it will happen. Will Barr resign? Let's have a look. He's been awfully quiet. He's been there on the fringes, but he has been awfully quiet, hasn't he? Get a different deck out. Will Barr resign? Bernie has pledged his support behind Biden, and he also told his followers ages ago, if I don't win, support who does. I want you to support who does win. So, okay. Will Barr resign? Have a look at that. Gotten quite dark in here, hasn't it? Well, you can still see me. So, 3 of Wands. Yes. 2 of Cups. Yes. The Hermit. Yes. Yeah, it looks like he's certainly thinking about it. He's had enough. He's got so much coming back at him because of the partnership he made, and he's feeling awfully alone. He's not feeling any support. I think maybe he's feeling really alone, really isolated. He's painted himself into a corner he can't get himself out of. Oh, I don't watch the propaganda briefing. Yeah, what is it Becca calls them? The mind poisoning sessions. So, if Trump resigns, if Barr resigns, is that the end for Trump? Let's have a look. Let's read on that one too. If Barr resigns, is that the end for Trump? Barr is planning. He is planning to go. High Priestess. That's a maybe. Death is a no. Ten of Coins is a yes. It'll certainly contribute to it because this is a maybe and a yes, not a definite yes, but I do think it's going to contribute to it. Maybe start the chain reaction that sees him gone. If Barr goes, the full, all of the agendas of why he was there in the first place are going to come out. It's going to start that chain reaction. But you know what? It's just one thing that could start it. There are so many things that could start. Hello, John Pelosi. Welcome. There are so many things that could start that reaction. It's like it could be any one thing, you know. What's the Occam's razor principle? Often the simplest solution is the right one. And it's like it's all going to be this whole combination of factors that's going to bring him down, or just one factor is going to set off the chain reaction, and it could be any one of them. I think it's going to go the other way, the simpler way. Not this whole combination of things, but one thing's going to happen that's going to start the chain reaction. Oh, Chris Hayes. I've got a thing for him. I don't know why, but I do. Oh, yeah. Oh, someone mentioned, will Trump, oh, no, it's right here on the other screen. Trump not firing Fauci. I think if Trump fired Fauci, that would just be too much. He's scared to fire him. He wants to badly. He really, really wants to, but he's not going to. He's got the most, Chris Hayes got the most amazing blue eyes. They're just, oh, yep. Anyway, don't send me off on a whole fangirl about he's definitely my, I hate to use the term, but he's my geek crush. Judge Walton, what's he going to do? And what obscenity? Okay, I can read on Judge Walton and then Mueller report. What obscenity that Fauci sort of apologised for his choice of words. Oh, they won't do the 25th Amendment. They won't do that because it'll fire up his base. And you don't want to do that. So let's see. What was I going to read on? Can somebody remind me? A bit further up here. Oh, Walton and the Mueller report. What is Judge Walton going to do with the Mueller report? Judge Walton. Good night, John boy. I like the damage report and Ring of Fire. Senk got to me a bit. I used to watch The Young Turks quite a bit, but Senk just, yeah, annoyed me a bit. So, and Anna, I mean, I've got nothing against either of them. I just don't know why they just don't sort of click with me. I think there's just this underlying something that just reads more vendetta than fact. I don't know. So, but yeah, I like Ring of Fire and the damage report. Those two guys, Judge Walton and the Mueller report. Three of Cups, the celebration. The other word that went through my mind was vindication, a celebration of being vindicated. That's for Mueller, I think. Four of Coins, Nine of Swords, Two of Coins, Woohoo. Everything that Trump did in the first year or so of his presidency to get that power and cling on to it is in that report. Trump, make no mistake, he is really, really scared williless about this report. It's causing him to lose sleep. He's really hoping to be able to spin this, that he's hoping that he'll be able to manipulate it so that the judge can't do anything. But at first I thought this was Trump. And then when I was reading that card, it's been manipulated. One of the other meanings for the emperor is the rule of law. The rule of law will win out. He's going to release Six of Cups. Everyone can see news about money. Trump having people. Eight of Cups. Whoa. People are going to be able to see what was in that report. It's quite old now, so they're looking at the past when they're looking at that report, the full enchilada. So that's why the Six of Cups and the Stars are looking past, because being able to look at the whole report, they're looking at something that was from the past. The news in it about money and money manipulation and offers of money. Trump's going to try and stand his ground. But it's going to cause a lot of people to go, whoa, what the heck? And walk away from him. Yeah, I think Walton will release it. And I think it's going to cause a few people to take a different look, even some diehards maybe. But yeah. Oh, the Ring of Fire guy. Yeah, I can't remember. Is it Farron Cousins? Is Walton after Barr? Oh, let's have a look at that. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Is Judge Walton after Barr? Oh, yeah. John, yeah, Trump will blame anything that can come into his, yeah, he can think of anything. It's all diversionary. I'm probably going to cut back my lives to between an hour and a half. So because I use the free one, I only get so many hours a month. So I want to be able to get on quite a few times, but also too, they can be a bit tiring. So what is it? Is Walton going after Barr? I think I read yes at one stage. Oh yeah, big yes there. Investigate. I think he's gonna say to Nancy, investigate. Oh yeah, he's going after him, all right. He wants that dude. He wants to end that dude's career because it's a change that's needed. He's sick of the gaslighting that Barr's been doing. He's sick of the gaslighting he's sick to his stomach about the gaslighting that went on. And when he goes after him, he's going to do it so quickly and with so much that Barr's not going to know what hit him. And I don't think it'll matter that if Barr's resigned or not. He's still going to go after him. Who's embalmed? I'm thinking Trump's embalmed. That's why he doesn't ever get sick or anything. Maybe someone attached some electrodes to his neck and flicked a switch and then went, it's alive! I have created the perfect machine. And before he could fine tune it, he got struck by lightning. Some orangeade spilt all over Trump and the electrodes, and short circuit, orange monster. Let's see. Oh, there's something else I've got. Oh. I got a flash the other day when I was watching and so talking about the Mueller report, and what flashed in my head was there is a detail in the Mueller report that needs further exploration, and I think that this detail is the reason that there was a sudden push to shut it down. So let's have a look. So, is there a detail in the Mueller report that needs further exploration and investigation? Yes. Definitely. Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's a detail. It's a detail about money. Sort of someone's ears perked up and they were sort of money and Trump. It's a detail that they couldn't get to explore further because someone pulled a Swiftie on them, shut it down. Is this detail why they pushed to shut it down when they did? guys, look at me. Look at me. Don't talk to each other. Look at me. Don't make me go on Norma Desmond on you. Okay, is this detail that they just come across and felt they needed to investigate more? Was this the reason it was shut down? Two of Wands, it's a yes. Six of Cups. Yes. Eight of Swords is a no, but that's really, really outnumbered by the yeses here. Yes. It's a detail that had something to do with the plan. Definitely. Definitely. They didn't want people looking into the past, so they shut it down and gauged it all up. Yep. Has Walton come across this detail? Did Walton come across this detail? Yeah, he did. He almost missed it. He almost missed it. Almost. To do with the celebration. I wonder if it links to this is something that's being defended at the moment, or people are building up their defenses. But I wonder if it's links to the inauguration. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's this detail it's one of those things that could spell the end. Let's see. Is it if they followed the trail, would it lead to the inauguration money? The inauguration fund. Trump's inauguration fund. Yeah, two maybes and a yes. Yeah, it could. Not quite sure. It's going to merit further investigation. They're going to get to a point they can go this way or that way. Depending on which way they go, even more investigation. Yeah, it could. Not saying it does. But anyway, that's my reading on the flash I got. This is detail that they didn't get the chance to follow up on. I think they had someone inside the office, but, you know, of course they did. They had someone reporting, and somebody saw that somebody had happened on this detail and realised that it could open a can of worms, and you got to shut it down. Hello, Karen. How are you? Rachel Scott, hello. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Yeah, the tapes can be used. Yeah, I'm not going to read on that because I was watching Linda G before and she covered that, so I don't want to be sort of, yeah. It's Texarkana. You're sheltering in place and chilling with your cat. Thanks to the doctors, chilling with cat shelter. I have no idea what all that means. Unless it's subliminal. Shelter in place, chill with your cat. Listen to the doctors. Shelter in place, chill with your cat. What if you don't have a cat to chill with? You know, Budgie or something. Hi, J Cat Lady. Welcome. Nice to see you. Oh, the turtle. Oh, that man. Honestly. Yes, I'm immunocompromised as well. 2 kitties and a hubby. Yeah. A dog, a cat, and a hubby. He's immunocompromised as well. We are going for a drive because we have to go and pick up a component for a machine that we need. And it's not a health thing or anything, but it's for my husband's compressor, and we need it because if he can't use his compressor to paint, he will go nuts, and I will have to go there with him. Your cat's called Whisper. Oh, I love that name. That's so Trump. Yeah. Hey, why don't I ask? You know, there's no dog in the White House. Animals don't like Trump. Want to ask why? Why don't animals like Trump? Yeah. I'm glad you all liked my reading on the Easter Bunny. Trump mainly thinks about himself and his position and everything he wants in life. This is the wish fulfillment card. He only thinks about his own wishes. This is the lover's card in this case. I think it represents fidelity and loyalty. He doesn't have any of that. So animals aren't prepared to go on any journey with him. There you go. Because he's evil. Yeah, well, that's true. Yes. White House pets are an important part. They make their way into the American psyche like a lot of people don't. A lot of people might not remember a president, but they might remember the pets or something about the pets. Does anyone know what Lyndon Baines Johnson used to do with his dachshunds that caused a lot of kerfuffle? He was actually censured on it because it was thought to be not a very nice thing to do. Let me know if anyone knows what it was. I do. I'm asking the question. Quizzing you. What do you know about your president? It's actually, it was a question in Trivial Pursuit one year. You don't know? Apparently, when he was talking with people and all that, he would have his two long-eared doggies with long ears, next to him, and he'd sit down and he'd pat them and he'd pat them, and he'd go and he'd pull their ears up, like sort of like pull up on their ears. So this is the doggy's ears, and he'd go pull it up and give it a little tug and rub and drop down, and then he'd do this and he'd go onto the other ear, tug and rub and drop down. And I think the dogs were like, love you. But whoever was there did not like it and condemned him for it. And it's like, it was an unconscious, loving way to connect with these animals who obviously were like, well, and he got condemned for it. It's ridiculous, isn't it? He wasn't hurting them. Basset hounds, that's them, yeah. No, bar won't swallow the entire justice system. That won't happen. Yes, I think they will. Any White House pets go into the White House after he is gone? Yes, they will. I'm hoping whoever if it's Biden or whoever is in there, encourages lots of loving, loyal energy. The loving, loyal energy of a dog. Especially a happy, well-loved, wonderful, couple of really well-loved, wonderful, happy dogs. That energy can just blast away any negative energy. Like, wow. And if they don't want to go in there, it won't be because of Trump. They will just clear his negative energy way out of that house so quickly. Yes, what's going on with Texas? Somebody asked about, please don't ask me to read on Miller. I know I said I would, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough Palo Santo sticks to get rid of that negative energy. I'm in no way prepared. Yeah, he is hanging from the rafters, probably. Send in a few priests. In fact, someone from every denomination, and they can each do their ritual. See which one gets rid of him the most successful. Rural areas are red. Yeah, they do tend to be red. Yeah. Yes, Michael Avenatti was released. I think there's talk of Michael Cohen being released. One of the reasons, especially a lot of Europe, is really pissed at Trump. I'll do a quick reading. Will Michael Cohen get released? I'll do a quick yes, no on that, and then we'll move on to this next subject. Make my own special effects. Oh, my hand's moving that fast. Let's see. 4 of Wands, Homeward Bound, 3 of Swords, Heartbreak. Yes, he is going to get released, but not quite as soon as he wants to. It's still going to take a little bit of time, but he will be released. Yeah. Okay. Now, there was a shipment of, I think it was 2 million, or 200,000 or 2 million medical grade masks that was bound for Germany to help with their fight against COVID-19. Apparently, it got hijacked in Thailand. And all evidence, because the Germans really, really investigated what happened, all roads are leading to Trump as being behind the hijacking of these medical masks, which are badly needed in Germany. So let's have a look. Yes, they do that. Apparently, yes, Trump is hijacking other countries' PPE. Let's see if there's any truth in this. Germany certainly believes it. Ten of Worlds. That is, oh yeah, 10 of Coins. Oh yeah, he thinks he's going to get a great reward. Yeah, financial reward. Yeah. Yep, he's manipulating global shipments. This is the universe or the world. So that he can pull off a scam, basically. There we go. 3 cards. Got it in 3 cards. I don't think we need to go any further. For YouTube, this is for entertainment purposes only. The statements are based on interpretation of the cards and are not meant to be taken as proof of fact or wrongdoing on the part of any person. Okay. His approval rating dropped to 9 points in the Rasmussen poll. I think his approval rating has been down near that for a long time. I think that the random numbers that are being called are not as random as people think with some of these polls. I think someone's not the organisations themselves, but someone within some of these pollster organisations manipulating calls and stuff. So the 1,000 people, they make it so there's more calls to Trump-loving areas and stuff. And yeah, might seem more random, but yeah, I think that's what's happening. I think if a true poll was taken, he would be down around 9%. I think that is 9% Trump's real, true approval rating with regard to COVID-19. Yep. Man of Worlds, achiever. He wants them to make it seem like he's achieving more than he is. No, I think that there are a few people being paid off in those organisations. I'm not saying it's the organisations themselves, just a few people being paid off, and some of them to manipulate the call list. Let's put it that way. Oh, Rupert Murdoch doesn't give a rat's ass about what Trump thinks. Rupert Murdoch turned it all over to his son, or he says he did, but no, Rupert Murdoch never turns anything over. Yeah. If they are turning against Trump, it's because Rupert Murdoch doesn't think Trump can do what he wants him to do anymore. And I won't say any more on that subject because it makes my blood boil, that man. Such a disappointment to a real honourable start to that organisation. Oh, I like Ari too. He's sweet. I like Ari. Yes, Cameo has been sticking by my husband the last couple of weeks, and you know, normally those of you who watch my videos, you know, she's always up in there and sticking her nose in the camera or moving the cards and stuff. Nah, it's like I've got no wish to go live, you know. I just don't want to go live, mummy. I'm going to sit with daddy. But when you pre-record, I might come and stick my nose into things. You know. My little lovey. Yeah, you leave Ari alone. Ari, you leave him alone. He can come and tell me about his legal briefs anytime, that man. No. We are not going to go into the who is sexier, Ari or Chris. You'll make my brain explode. Do you think John Meacham will write a book about Trump like he does other presidents? Yeah, I do, but it won't be favourable. One thing I understand there's a process in which a presidency can be voided. Not quite sure on that, but I have heard something about it. Let's see, is there a way in which Trump's presidency can be declared null and void? Just yes, no, okay. Oh, maybe. Yes, there is. There is a way. Will it happen? Yeah, quite possibly could. Might take a while, but And I would like a marriage. Yeah, look, if it was voided, then all the judges he put in would have to be renominated, would have to be removed and renominated and sit through everything again, and everything he undid would be put back in place. Yeah. Yeah, they could annul it. Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever be able to fully prove that, but yeah, might take years. Might take years. And by then, well, would it be worth it? You know? Would it be worth what they'd have to do? Okay, my darlings, I've got a few more minutes and then I'm going to have to hop off. Looking forward to getting out of the house for a bit. It's like a cricketer. Yes, not my fault. It's like a cricketer over here who was done for taking an illegal diuretic substance. And those Australians will probably know who it is. And he says, I didn't take it, my mum gave it to me. Good night, Rachel. Thank you very much for joining us. Maybe Trump will say it's his mum's fault. Okay, one more. Let's have a look. Oh, did I do exotic? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Done all those. Anyone else got a quick question? A book about Trump's presidency would just be a book full of blank pages. Because honestly, is it worth expending words on? Yeah. Another 2 members of the Kennedy family. All right, I can have a look at that. This is the Voyage of Tarot by James Wanless. It's a good one to looking at things like that. It's got very otherworldly and very ancient. It draws on a lot of ancient icons and things like that. Do the Kennedys have a curse on them? Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, it's all to do with money. Combined element of how they originally made their money. Synergy. A synergy is a bringing together of elements. I don't know how they made their money. Something about how they made their money. Somebody wanted them to never fully feel safe in that their family was safe, that their family is always going to end up out in the cold in some way through some form of loss. This is the Five of Words, the Five of Queens. It's money, words about money, messages about money. It goes back to something about how they made their money. The original money maker. I don't know who that was. Equanimity. They had the chance to do the right thing way back when, and whoever was there didn't do the right thing. They made the wrong choice. And yeah, somebody certainly wished ill fortune on the family, I think. But in the global view, when you look at it overall on a global perspective, it's not so much the number of people they've lost in each generation. It's the way it's happened that is so weird. It's not so much how many family members they've lost. It's the way it's happened that's just caught people's imaginations. Yes, it certainly pissed somebody off way back when, and they probably did wish ill fortune. And maybe that's been carried through the story. But in the global view, they haven't lost that any more family members than most families would have. But it's the way in which it's happened that's caught the global attention. But definitely they pissed somebody off back then. And yeah, and perhaps when you believe these things or talk about these things or continue bringing them up, did this person do this to us? Perhaps this person did do this to us. They sort of talk it up within themselves, and people, reinforcing something makes it seem stronger than it actually is. I think there are a lot of people way back when families like Kennedy's were making their money and all that, who did ill by other people, who had a choice to do the right thing or the wrong thing. And yeah, they were pops and you and your family forever and ever. But I don't think it's the number of people that they've lost in each generation. It's the way it's happened that's caught the global imagination. So I'm saying someone did way back then maybe did wish ill on them, but curses only have power if you let them. And it's rehashing of the Kennedy curse, sort of. It's more something people want to cling onto as an explanation than a fact of reality. So these people are in prominent positions, and yeah, so it's a bit of a half and half, really. Way back then, somebody did wish harm on the family for several generations, but if these family members hadn't been lost in such spectacular ways in the last few generations, would people be talking about a curse? No. So, yeah, it does come down to a bit of a cult personality as well too. Yeah, so, yeah. It's, yeah, prominent family, always in the headlines, you know, in such positions that, and in such a time that these things were, the heightened possibility of these things were even more, yeah. So curse, I don't tend to believe in curses. I think that believing in them gives them power. I think people have got to stop talking about the curse. It's just they're in a position where, you know, they can't get away from it, but they don't want to buy into it, and they don't want other people to buy into it either. So, yeah, okay. That's it, my darlings. I'm going to sign off now. I'll come back again later in the week. Love you all so much. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Kate Sweet Blue. Thank you. Yeah, so everyone have a grand rest of the Easter break. Look after yourselves as always, and remember, I love you all, and I will see you in a few days. Bye-bye.